So in the state of New Jersey, child custody is really broken down into two separate aspects. One is called legal custody, and one is called residential custody. What does that mean? Well, you can imagine what legal custody means. It's the general health welfare of your child. Do you have the right to know if your child has a broken bone, and does your spouse have to call you and tell you that your child has broken his or her ankle? Yes, if it's a legal custody. Shared joint legal custody. If you have sole legal custody of your child, you don't have to tell your spouse anything. You have no obligation to call your spouse and say, hey, our child was hurt. You don't have to. Okay? It's a big deal to get sole legal custody. Does it mean that that individual has no rights to the child? No, but it's somewhere close to there. Okay? So most people have joint legal custody. Physical custody is just like it says. Where does the child reside? Physical custody. Does the child stay with mom and then go with dad? Does the child stay with dad and then go with mom on a weekend basis, or an off week and an on week, etc.? You want to determine what's the best interest of your child. That's what the law is. 9:2-4, NJSA 9:2-4. You can look it up. It's got all the factors that the court looks at in determining what's the best interest for the child. Step 1, determine, is it going to be sole legal or joint legal? Step 2, determining the residential custody of the child. For example, where is the child going to reside? Sometimes people do a true shared, 7 days on, 7 days off. Sometimes people do some sort of a hybrid, sharing the child or children equally. Whatever it is, you have to figure it out. Work with an attorney who has the experience, who has dealt with cases of child custody and parenting, because a lot of times people will look at the custody aspect from a financial world. And the parent all of a sudden becomes parent of the year because that parent realizes if they have more overnights, they pay less in child support. So be real careful about your reasons and why you're going to do and what you're going to ask for. Run those through an experienced attorney who can say to you, you're not getting this, this is unreasonable for you to even ask for, or I don't know. We'll bring it to an expert, let an expert come in and tell you whether or not they think you have the ability to be the primary residential parent. Once you have that expert that's telling you something, you can then go to a judge and try to convince a judge of your position. Start with a plan. Start with an experienced attorney who can take you through this process, and understand that there are two basic components to child custody in the state of New Jersey. Like I said, you're going to have legal custody and you're going to have physical custody.